This is Barrett Freeman with the PropertyTales podcast. Thanks for joining us again. I'm here with my agent, Rocio Gonzalez. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well. So, Freeman Bros Properties buys houses and apartments, and we put renters in them. So if you're looking to rent, give us a call. Freeman Bros Realty, which Rocio Gonzalez is an agent for, helps buyers, sellers, and investors buy and sell real estate. So give us a call if you need those services. So, how's it been being a real estate agent in Kentucky? What's your favorite part of the real estate game that you enjoyed?
Challenge.
I'm saying like representing buyers, sellers, investors.
As a realtor, I don't have any preference in between buyers or sellers. I think they are both. They have very specific needs, and when you feel that the other person trusts you and share with you what they want or what they need, it's great to work for them.
Well, I've got a very clear
I know,
bias.
and I think the audience have it very clear as well. All right.
Yeah, well, just to be clear, I don't usually deal with the public that much. And that's why when I do my own investing, I have you as a barrier. I don't need you for every step, obviously. But if you're there from the beginning, that always makes my life a lot easier.
That's our role as a realtor. I mean, it's not only to make deals and finish transaction. It's also that everything happens in the smoothest way, filter and do it with their clients.
Yeah. Am I a demanding client or am I easy to get along with?
I think it's easy because you know what you want, and sometimes when the client doesn't know what they want, it's more complicated.
That's true. Especially, yeah, a wishy-washy client.
You're exigent, but you know what you want, so it's clear. It's yes or no. You can.
Our biggest rub, our biggest problem is you're always having to pull the reins back. So I'm like, let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Yeah,
like,
you want.
Yeah.
I want to, and I like the things fast, but and the deals close, but I want the things that are done properly in a properly manner. So everybody win, not a short.
I know, but
You forget sometimes.
well, it's nice to have that other perspective because I think most investors would agree with me as far as like, let's get it listed. But I do think that you bring that perspective. Okay, well, what are the buyers going to be looking at? You know, the investors is like, let's go, let's go, let's go, but you have to make a transaction at the end of the day. So there's a balance there, and
Exactly.
we're still finding our balance. I don't know if you're right when you pull the reins back or not, but I think that you have a good reason for why you say what you're going to do, and I can get behind the logic.
And I appreciate that you listen to me. And at the end of the day, you decide when you're my client. You decide.
I don't think I've ever not used your plan though.
You have.
I don't think I'm saying I always do whatever you say. I don't think I've ever name one time you're like, okay, let's the Barberville house. Let's wait. The house on Fifth Street. Let's wait. I'm like, let's get it listed. You're like, clean that thing up.
You're right. Actually, I'm very proud of you, and I appreciate it
for listening.
No, yeah, sure.
No,
you trust me, and you're a very knowledge investor. You're a broker. So.
Yeah, but we've all been stung by the market right now. You know, you and I were talking about the other day just about the insecurity that a lot of people are feeling in this market right now. The way we've been doing things for the last year, we can't continue to do right now.
Thanks God.
Why? No, I mean, we want to make nobody's making the money they were making.
Yeah, but it's good. I think it's a great experience for everybody, professionals and investors and homeowners and home buyers, to go through a down in the market, because what we were living the last 3-4 years wasn't real. So it's good to learn as well, to make deals, to buy a house and to sell them with a high interest rate, with lack of inventory. I mean, it was very easy for a home buyer to sell their house when there was waiting list on their door, and war prices. I think as a professional and investors who are in this industry for long term, it's good to live this kind of market.
I agree. It's the first time I've experienced this market. I started buying in the middle of the cycle. So 2008, everything crashed. I started investing in 2016 when things were starting to build 2021, 2022. But this is the first time I've been in a market like this. So,
It's good. You get experience.
well, what it does is it forces you to be creative. If you want to make money, you've got to think outside the box. And I mean, you and I are doing very, very complicated deals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the one deal we just did. It was a wholesale within a wholesale.
Of a wholesale, of a wholesale. Sometimes I lost. Like, oh, let's try again. Say that. Yeah, and you learn. Is you if you don't have, if you are not living this kind of market, if you are not living, you are living in a 2.5 interest rate that everyone wants to buy, everyone wants to sell. Is you don't think outside of the box.
Yeah, I mean, so what this market does is it weeds out a lot of people. It is good.
Need a little cleaning.
I say this all the time. Once the dust settles in 2024, it'll be what company was able to survive. A lot of realtors are going back to their day jobs of not selling houses, and it's not like, oh, I can just start selling houses again. You Once you stop being a realtor, people don't think about you. You know, you almost start from scratch on your marketing. Not really that bad, but almost. And if you're busy during the day at your day job, it's hard to practice real estate.
I don't. I really, let's say, admire people who has day job and they are also realtors. My admiration, because I'm a full time realtor, and when I'm in a transaction, from the first moment is it's very time consuming. I mean, for me, I invest a lot of time, and I like to be available for calls, for photos, or last minute meetings. So
Well, I never have asked you to just sell a house. It's always three layers of legal structures or nuance. So our stakes are a lot higher than normal. It's not like I can just like back out of the deal too, because as an investor, that would just look terrible. People wouldn't want to do business with me. So we have to make these complicated deals close. Whether I'm putting my money up, whether I'm selling it to somebody, and you've got to be there along the way to understand the process, and it's just a big ask. So I think you're doing a great job so far.
thank you very much. You're being a good mentor.
Well, I don't think we've had one transaction that's been the same.
No.
So that's good.
Let's keep it like that.
Also, if you guys have any houses for sale, we buy houses. So call us. Rocio can either list it for you if I can't buy it. What do you think about that? That's a new business model for me. Done I've never structured deals this way, and it's been born out of this challenging market.
What is the buy?
No, the deal that you and I offered you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll offer you 30% below the market. We'll give us 60-day closing. Let us try to resell it for more. But if we can't sell it, we'll still buy the house after 60 days. Mm-hmm. And that's attractive for people because it's the house is sold. I promise we will buy it after 60 days.
You don't promise, just sign a contract.
Yeah, but contracts worth what the people behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not, I'm a lawyer, it'd be hard for them to, it's hard for the public to see. There's not a lot of lawyers that take cases like this. So it's obviously there's a contract. And obviously there's legal remedies if I break it. But the biggest problem is people wouldn't trust me anymore. So the good thing is I do close them, but but that's the business model that I've never done before. And you list it and you try to make me more money than what I've agreed to. But if we don't sell it, then we have to close, and then you can still list it. That's good. But I've never seen anyone else do that. I know I didn't invent this, but I've never known anyone personally to do this, and it's slowly working out.
I think uh, we have we have found there are needs of some homeowners. They don't want the hassle to list it, to get it cleaned, to get photos. It's not their priority to the top dollar. Sometimes they just want to move on to the next chapter of their life or their project. So it's fine. It's a place for everybody, and of course as well the option to list the house needs an investment always from the professional um, and from the homeowner.
Yeah.
They need to be ready to show their house, to have it
empty,
good,
clean,
sure,
fix
and keep paying the tax, keep paying the yard mowing. And it's great. I mean, both options are great. It depends what are your priorities.
it is very expensive to list a house. People don't appreciate that. How much does it cost to move? You got to get a moving truck. Hopefully, you've got some friends that'll help you move. But if you don't, you're paying for people to move. It is very expensive. So that is one thing that I think that convinces people to take my deal of a little bit less money, but it's a for sure deal, and I will take care of the most. It's attractive. I'll move the furniture. We'll paint. We'll maintain. Get it to where we can actually list it. And I think people do recognize that there is a barrier there from, okay, I want to list it, but what's that mean? I've got to spend a few $1,000s to get it to where
There
something
is a
else.
price that not everyone wants to pay in terms of annoying, timing, yeah, many variables.
So, last thing before we go, do you have any predictions for the market for 2024?
Oh my gosh. Wait, I take my crystal ball and I'm going to be one more the crash, like everybody's saying. Nobody knows. Everybody journey in real estate is different. You have to keep your objectives clear. Of course, be aware what's going on, but don't get the
Just
noise.
give me one prediction. Do you think the rates will go down or stay flat or continue to go up?
The rates are not high,
I agree.
actually.
I say that all the
I
time.
mean, I'm from Europe. For me, it's like super high, but I don't know why Americans are shocked. It's actually average, normal. What wasn't real was the last 3 4 years. I mean, I have been reading a lot about the U.S. market and history and everything just to understand where I'm working. And it's average. If you need a house and you want to move and you want to downsize, it has to be very intelligent how to make the transaction work for you. Don't act in function of the market because it's a gamble. So my prediction is that we are going to keep working very hard representing our investors and our clients.
Awesome. All right. Well, can we do some more podcasts?
If you ask very politely, yes,
Thank you.
maybe.
There's a lot to talk about. All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Property Tales podcast. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.